I'm Frances. I'm 95 years old. And I want to tell you something. Nobody has the guts to say out loud, you know what's worse than dying alone? Dying next to the person you love, having never learned how to love them right. I buried 2 husbands. I cried until there was nothing left. And you want to know why? Because of this fairy tale, this soulmate nonsense that I believed was more real than real life. And now, when the days I have left I can count on my fingers, I just want to sit here and scream at you, stop chasing the one. That's not love. That is the most beautiful trap Hollywood ever built. And it stole decades from me. Decades I am never getting back. I was 19 years old, right after the war. I was sitting in a little movie theater in Ohio. The lights were low, smell of popcorn. And up on that screen, Humphrey Bogart was looking at Ingrid Bergman. I sobbed. I sat there and I sobbed like a child. And I thought, someday I'm going to marry a man who looks at me like that. A man who understands me without a word. A perfect man. A man who makes me whole. Then Harold showed up, warm smile, steady on the dance floor. 6 months later, we were married. I wore white. I was absolutely certain I had found my other half. But life is not a movie. The days after the wedding, Harold came home exhausted from work. I was lonely at home with a baby. We fought about money, about bills, about the nights. He went out drinking, about the nights. I couldn't sleep because the baby was screaming. I waited for him to read my mind. I waited for surprises. I waited for that destiny feeling the screen had promised me. Nothing came. I got disappointed. Then I blamed him. 7 years later, we divorced. 2 kids crying, following their mother out the door. I held them, heart shattered, still foolish enough to believe I had just lost the one. I drifted for a while after that, tried to forget the pain. I worked at a little coffee shop, everyone around me laughing and chatting, but all I could see was my own loneliness. Then one rainy afternoon, I met Thomas. He was sitting at the counter, reading a book. He asked me about the novel I was holding. No lightning bolt, no romantic lines, just a quiet conversation. Just old books. I almost walked away because it didn't feel like the movies. But the old wounds kept me there. This time, I decided to stay and see what happened. We got married. 45 years together. Marriage, you know. We still fought. There were tears, anger, nights lying in the same bed feeling like strangers. But we learned. We learned to tell the truth. We learned to say sorry when we were wrong. We learned to listen even when we didn't want to hear it. Thomas said something to me once, so simple I almost missed it. He said, "Frances, love is not a fire that burns forever without going out. It's a choice. Every morning you wake up and you choose to stay. You choose to understand. You choose to fix yourself so you can be better together, even when you're exhausted." We learn to love in real life, through the hard stuff, the bills piling up, the failures, for 45 years. Then cancer took him. I held his hand while it went cold. I cried, not because I lost my soulmate, because I lost the man who walked through every storm with me, storms neither of us ever thought we'd survive. That's when I finally understood. Love is not something you go out and find. It's a skill. You learn it. You practice it. And anyone can learn it if they're willing to start. I remember the last night with Thomas, that cold hospital room, the sharp smell of antiseptic everywhere. He whispered, "Frances, don't have regrets. We chose each other every single day." Those words cut me open because I realized real love doesn't play out like Hollywood. It's an action. It's holding hands through the ordinary storms of life. It's sitting down together and sharing what's really going on, not telepathy, not he should just know. Hey kids, Hollywood sold you a lie. A picture of a perfect man, a perfect husband, some kind of cosmic prince. And of course it's not real. Real men? They snore. They have messy hair on bad days. They forget anniversaries. And sometimes they sit and smoke a whole pack of cigarettes next to a pile of bills. If you sit around waiting for magic, waiting for your husband to be perfect like some movie star, you will grow old in disappointment, and you might die lonely, even with someone lying right next to you. So what's the lesson here? I'll give it to you straight, short and simple. Number 1, turn off the TV and live with real people. Stop looking for someone perfect. Find someone who fits. The short, heavy guy who makes you feel warm. The tattooed man who stands between you and every storm. Be with the person who makes you feel like yourself. Number 2, stop swiping on Tinder looking for a spark. Try actually living with someone for the first 3 months. Don't trust that first flutter like it's a movie scene. Watch them. Do they show up when you're sick? Do they listen when you're sad without trying to fix it right away? Do they respect your boundaries? Go on old-fashioned dates, coffee, a walk, cook together. See how they handle the small, boring, everyday stuff. Real compatibility lives in the ordinary moments, not in the wow moments on a screen. Number 3, ask the hard questions early. Don't wait until you're in love and then get blindsided. Ask, what do you think about sharing housework? How do you handle anger? Do you want kids? And if we have them, who's doing the work? Don't be afraid of scaring them off. The right person will stay and answer honestly. The one who only wants the spark will disappear. And that's a good thing because you just saved yourself years. I wish I had asked Harold those questions before the wedding. Number 4, choose kindness as your number 1 standard. Don't just look at a face. Don't just chase chemistry. Pick the person who is kind, who listens, who apologizes and means it, who shows up when you're struggling, not just when everything's easy. Kindness is what's still there when everything else fades. Fireworks burn out. Kindness stays. I'm 95 years old. Your clock is ticking. Can you hear it? That's the sound of your life passing, day by day, month by month, quietly, and it's never coming back. Don't let it run out while you're waiting for some soulmate. That only exists in the movies. Put the app down for a minute. Call the person you're with or the person you like and say it. I'm trying to learn how to love you better. That sounds simple, but it holds everything. All the growing up, it took me decades to understand. Real love is not magic. It's a skill, and you're still young enough to learn it. Don't waste that. This is Frances. Thank you for listening. Now go love somebody the right way before it's too late. I'm Frances William, just an AI voice sharing somebody's true story. The old movie theater, that cozy coffee shop, the freezing hand in the hospital room, yeah, well, it all actually went down. I'm only the narrator here. The real takeaway, though? It came from a lady who needed 95 tough years to finally get it. Don't throw your time away like that.